developed countries, the rule of law is at the top, above everybody. But in Nigeria, there are some gaps. You see leaders, their rule of law, practically, then they follow us. There are some crimes that if one committed, people will make calls and he will scot-free. He will not be put before a judge. He will get away with it. These are some of the issues that are affecting us as a nation. But I'm a firm believer and I'm against negotiating with them. Nigerian army is an institution for decades. And they are well trained. They have been retrained. Government is spending money every day. If we go to the negotiating table with bandits, it means we should not have business of giving budgets to our defense. How many are they, the bandits? How many number do we have in the payroll of the Nigerian army? How many generals? How many major generals? How many brigadiers? How many colonels? What of others, the rank and file? We have the military, we have the police, we have everything in this country. It is the absence of commitment and the political will that is continue to make this issue of insecurity like a life thing for us. Once you have leaders that have the political will to address it, it will be a bygone issue.
It's okay, it's alright. Now him una don hear so. From my humble self, my name na Abdullahi Mutiu, aka Emir presenter, CSP arrangement. I dey greet una say, una do, una well done. Una well done, una do. Una good evening, this evening. Based on Queen Sarah, what will be, I am Akobogun. Who God has blessed, no man can cause. Let the program continues on top serere wadere and wadere serere levels. Waiting and waiting we go dey discuss today. Na leadership and service. Wetin Nigerians deserve versus wetin Nigerians dey get. The topic na one kind topic wey be say e go touch body and soul. Leadership and service. Wetin Nigerians deserve versus wetin we dey get. Anytime wey be say we vote new leader in, we dey always dey full of hope say things go better. But e come be like say na story upon story. So today, we wan ask our leaders whether they dey really serve us or dem dey serve themselves. Dat na why we bring ogbonge person come here. Una know say for Garkuwa, we no dey bring mechanic come do the work of carpenter. Top as e dey go. The only person wey be say e sabi am wella wella, e go help us break am down. No be any other person other than Comrade Aminu Umar Gada. He na philanthropist. He na public analyst. He go come here, come analyze as e dey go for us for our obodo Naija. He go dissect am for us on top as e dey go. Let the program continues on top serere werere and were serere levels. Make we start from the foundation. Oga Aminu, you are welcome onto the program, sir.
Thank you, Abdullahi. Thank you, other co-presenters.
On top as they go, na him una don hear so. Make the program continue in total. Make we start from this one, Comrade Aminu. From your own understanding, wetin you wan tell us say true leadership mean? From your own understanding. And this one, true leadership and the service to the people.
Leadership is a big and serious business. True leadership and public service go hand in hand. They involve selfless dedication to the welfare of the citizens through a transparent process, through an accountable means and commitment, thereby improving the lives of the people. Leaders should prioritize the needs of the citizens than primitive accumulation of wealth, personal development, and that of your children. So leadership is truly a selfless service. And it's a very important thing to every given society. Without leadership, there is no progress. It is the only instrument for progress. Having a strong leadership for any community. The only instrument for progress is to have a strong leadership. In the absence of leadership, there is chaos. Leadership entails commitment, entails accountability and transparency, putting people first before any other thing.
So if I understand you correctly now, you say leadership means putting people first. That's the summary of all these students where we don't speak now. Say leadership, putting people first, not yourself.
Not your a national delegate representing a local government going to a presidential primary election that cannot even write the name of the aspirant. So where are we going? And this man is going to take decision that affects over 2 million people. So it's the recruitment process that have issues in Nigeria. And by and large, the citizens too have their own parts. Where there is absence of justice, you have every right to demand for it. There are a constitutional way of demanding it. Don't keep quiet. If you see something, as they say something. So these are some of the things. It is a billionaire age. People should learn to write letter to leaders, come to TV stations and discuss issues that affects communities, not just being a party member that you are only after your progress. So the leadership recruitment process has issue. The system has issue too. You see, let me cite an example. In developed countries, the rule of law is at the top, above everybody. But in Nigeria, there are some gaps. You see leaders, their rule of law, practically, then they follow us. There are some crimes that if one committed, people will make calls and he will scot free. He will not be put before a judge. He will get away with it. These are some of the issues that are affecting us as a nation.
When you say there are some crimes, maybe say if people commit, they go scot-free. Can we relate this to the matter of some governors agreeing to come to peace table and talk peace talk with bandits? Because some are of the opinion.
See, I'm not a security expert, but I'm a firm believer and I'm against negotiating with them. Nigerian army is an institution for decades, and they are well trained. They have been retrained. Government is spending money every day. If we go to the negotiating table with bandits, it means we should not have business of giving budgets to our defense. How many are they, the bandits? How many number do we have in the payroll of the Nigerian army? How many generals? How many major generals? How many brigadiers? How many colonels? What of others? The rank and file. We have the military. We have the police. We have everything in this country. It is the absence of commitment and the political will that is continue to make this issue of insecurity like a life thing for us. Once you have leaders that have the political will to address it, it will be a bygone issue.
It will be a bygone issue. I appreciate the fact where we say you don't already intimate us on waiting we as individuals suppose they do. And now most people they elect all these presidents, the governor and all of them, but they no actually know waiting make they expect, waiting they deserve from those in public service. And this opportunity now means for them to get educated. Waiting make Nigerians, or what do they truly deserve from those in public service, so that they will have this idea of what they should be expecting from them. What do they truly deserve from those in public services?
As a citizen.
As a citizen.
You see, there are about 10 fundamental rights of the citizens in any democratic setting. Let's take our country, for example. The Constitution ensuring about 10 basic rights to citizens: right to live, to education, to own a property, among others. The primary responsibility for every government is to secure the territory. Make sure that the citizens are safe and their properties are protected. That is the number one primary responsibility of every government. If there is absence or shortfall, then it's a big deficiency. So, and for citizens, I want to appeal to them. During electioneering, when you are trying to elect a leader, please conduct town hall meetings. Make your problem to leaders agree. a return of your support. You will do this and that for us. So at the end of the day, it's a big ground to hold him accountable.
If I understand you correctly now, before we elect leaders,
Yes.
we should have a town hall meeting with them.
Yes.
That okay, we are going to elect you to represent us, but this is what we want.
This is our problems.
Not only this is what we want, there should be a kind of timely report, like if not quarterly, that okay, how is the progress of what we want? Is that what the citizens should do?
Yes.
Or should expect from the leaders?
Yes, that in such a way that they will help in improving the system. Checkmate. They are likely going to provide a checkmate mechanism for the leaders. But when somebody come and shout fatty and you answer and make promises on his own, and at the end of the day took over the mantle of leadership and disappear for donkey days and years, election cycle he will come back with little palliative and you elected him again, you are not ready.
You know, this Magana way you do now open people eye. Because people believe, say, when they say hold your leaders accountable, people will be wondering, how are you going to his office? So, somebody that you cannot even see ordinarily. But this is a very good strategic way of holding them accountable. That this is what we want. If you reach that place, so see what we they expect from you. Not be saying now you go tell us, say, I'll give you heaven, I'll give you earth. At the end of the day, nothing will happen on this one. Thank you very much on top of this one, Comrade. Make we jump small, enter governance and accountability. On top of this one now, why be say most leaders, you know, you mentioned it earlier, say most leaders, they reach there now, they will change. Why be say most leaders, will be say with the elect, they didn't change? Some people, if you know these people, say this person is of noble character. We trust him, we sabi him, say he's tested, he's this and that. But when he get there, after election, some things go change.
You see,
why it be like that?
It's because it is a collective responsibility and there is no strong system. And strong system is usually built by strong leaders. So it's a form of asserting that we are lacking in between every segment or every aspect of leadership. The system will provide a guide. For example, this studio, there are equipment, somebody will be trained and he will take over. Once you are used to working in a studio in another place, when you come here, it will not be a problem. You see, election cycle, this administration come and go. The incoming, they may not have even anything to start with. So these are some of the issues. So from the outside, when the leaders are aspiring, they don't even have the blueprint. They don't have what maybe like a vision. This is why I want to go to maybe to be a commissioner or to be a local government chairman. All the desire is to be there so that I enjoy the lavish style associated with public office. Unfortunately, there are challenges. People doesn't even pay attention to them. And we have said it earlier, leadership is responsibility. It's a commitment unto the people towards addressing their needs, solving their problem. Anything short of that, you are representing yourself, not the people. So Nigeria, there is a gap in every aspect. It's the system. When you elected somebody, you know him noble and he enter. It's the system that is just too for us, allowing individuals to do whatever they want to do. That is why I say in developed countries, the rule of law is supreme. Irrespective of the type of leader or office you occupy, you can't tamper with it and get away with it. So these are some of the foundations Nigeria needs to really work on. That the law is supreme. Everybody that is a law breaker should face the wrath of the law. So when we put those mechanisms in place, and I believe we will get some results.
Comrade, even though you don't mention them earlier, I still want to ask again so that our people with the health, they will still they will feel understand well. As you don't mention them, so leadership is a responsibility. What be the role of citizens? What do you think citizens do to ensure say they demand this quality service? What we supposed to get from our leader? Because that the reason we elect them, they do all those offices. I mean, they give us quality service. So what do you think say they feel, you still feel shed more light on that one so that people with else from house they can understand what they're supposed to do so that they get quality service from these other leaders.
Citizens should hold leaders accountable through active participation in governance, demanding transparency, and should report corruption. When you see something, say something. They should also engage in informed discussion, participate in election, and support initiatives that promote good governance. How do you support initiatives that promote good governance? Is one, you have to be a law-abiding citizen, participate in the electoral process, ensure that you have little idea of what an office entails. If you are electing a member in the state assembly, know his job, know his role, and know what you are expecting from him, so that when he is busy doing nothing, you have the right to say no. Why?
This is not why you're here.
Yes. So through active participation and also showing lack of acceptability on corruption will also help. The citizen need to hold leaders at all levels accountable. If you promise us this, you have to do it. If you come back seeking for re-election, we discuss, yes, let us know what are your achievements. We have elected you on so date, and you have spent so number of years in office. We have had this problem and we have communicated it, and you promised to do it and you do not get back to us. So these are some of the basic things, and people should also take ownership. Where the government cannot do it, people should provide support. It's a collective responsibility actually. While the government leads, the citizens should also follow and provide complementary services like the community development, among others. Once you are organized and provided such facts, I'm very sure the leadership will be up and doing and will also be helped.
Before we come on from now, Comrade, you mentioned reporting of corruption and participation in electoral process.
Yes.
With the way our electoralian don't do from Nigeria now, many people don't do so. I can tell you, even many people know they vote again because they believe say my vote no go count. So how you think say we feel encourage people maybe say they don't already zero their mind, say whether we vote, we no vote, and perceive where they want me did and I go did there. And that issue of reporting corruption, you know, say never everybody get that mind. Even if you know say the corruption they go on, and the gap between the leaders and the followers, it is very wide. So how we fit bridge those things so that
make you answer them together. No be say no be to report the corruption and be the problem. But if you report the corruption, who you want report the corruption give? Why? Because if Oga A they corrupt, you won't go report to Oga B. Even the Oga B won't go report to that A will give the turn to that Oga B.
So on the election, there are still challenges. I agree with that fear from Nigerians that their vote always not count. But we have made a remarkable progress through our electoral process actually. If you observe very well, between 2010 to 20, let's say 15, there was Electoral Act in 2010 which addressed so many challenges to the 2011 election, and in 2015 there were also a lot of development, and there was amendment to again in 2019 and even in 2022. So the last general election actually there were a lot of development that addressed a lot of issues. So we should not lose hope, and the truth about it is that when we decided to stay back, then we are not trying to take control. We have surrendered everything. But participation and going through the ambit of the law to protect the vote, it will help a long way in making sure that yes, my vote have counted. So but it is far better than going back and say I have surrendered. So that is on the part of election. While on reporting collection, you know there are a lot of anti-corruption agencies in the country. They have emails, they have phone numbers, among others. Don't lose hope that it will not count. To some extent, it will help because we are in awareness is everywhere. The role of even media cannot be overemphasized a reporting incident like that. So you can also invite a journalist and make a case that they say they are going to construct a primary school, see what they have done. Is this a standard primary school? And no leader will be happy to see such in the news. So these are not just reporting to enforcement agencies, but also to the bringing it to the light of the people, so that people will know, yes, we have not done this or we have not done that. So where you see deficiency, try and report, at least using the media. It will go a long way in addressing some of the little challenges.
It's okay. On top that one now, if you come out now, for example, now you go to one kind of infrastructure where government they build, they do camera, say, is this what you're supposed to do? Is this and that? At the end of the day, they will say you are criticizing the government, and they will come after you.
Media should be able to provide a balanced reporting here on the side of the citizens, and come back on the side of the government. Let them also make their own view in relation to the issue on contention. I think it will provide balance.
It will really provide balance. I even appreciate as you draw us back to some previous administration and how they ensure, say, our votes count. And judging by all of this, shall we get any leader for Nigeria so far who don't live up their responsibility? Because we don't make mention of some. From this democratic era, we get some leaders who don't live up to their expectation. And waiting you feel, say, they put in place to live up their expectation, to maintain that particular status quo. They feel no get them all right, but
yes,
there are some at least that have lived up to their expectation. Again, anyone we will feed draw inspirations
from. I will mention some states. Any statistic that has to do with development or anything positivity, you will see them there. Let us start with Lagos State. Let us also forget the fact that they were once a federal capital of this nation. Keep that one aside. They have a blueprint, they are well organized, and they have a workable system. Their leadership recruitment process is honestly good. Let us be sincere. You know what it takes, or what to be a governor of Lagos State. They have never brought somebody that will come and be searching the way forward. As you come, this is where
you continue from where that one stopped.
This is where Amber is stopped. You take over from him. As someone Olu is exiting, the incoming governor knows directly where to take over. And they also have this governing council, advisory governing council. Once you are an elite, you have made it in public service or in private, and you are a reputable someone, they will create you as a member of that body, advising the governor on what to do. They used to sit down quarterly. When there are serious issues that has to do with either politics or governance, they sit down together, brainstorm, and come up with an idea on how to solve a problem. So I think other states should also follow. Not that once you belong to party A, you are an enemy of party B till eternity. That system is actually dragging a lot of states backward. When you look at even educational indices, you hardly see analysis top 5 and number is not there. Because they were able to provide a sound leadership and build a system that allows for continuity. So as you come in, so problem has been solved, this is ongoing, and this is where we want to be. So these are some of the directions we need to really take. If you look at Kaduna State today, in the north, they have also have that courtesy of Erufai. Honestly, he has also built a system, so which will not make it difficult for his successor to build on. As you see, even in Sokoto here, the Wamako administration did developmental programs. State University is there, Eastern and Western bypass were there. A lot of programs. Look at even the legal college for legal. For all the years, we don't have even NYSC orientation camp, but he was able to build one. Just imagine after his 8 years and the next 8 years, we are able to consolidate. So we will not be having issues with what the current administration is facing, from water scarcity to potholes along the roads to waste management, among other challenges. So the challenges are everywhere in our state, and we hope with the present commitment on the side of the government, they should continue to put it until the last day of their administration.
On top this one now, we just ask, on top say which leader will you feel say he live up to expectation? We just mentioned these people. Now say all this one we just mentioned now infrastructure. As the way me I always talk am, wetin go affect people direct infrastructure. So from the past leaders where we don't get, at least democracy is like 26 years, it's like 26 years or so now. Among these leaders, which one if you say they want now?
You see, the challenge, we don't do need assessment. That is the challenge with the government. Like Sokoto, we have been spending heavily on education. Scholarship. Ask any indigent. You can
Yeah.
enter university to the final year, you have not paid one kobo.
Of course.
Government is paying for WAEC and NECO. But I'm sorry to say, it's a blunt statement that it has not been adding the right value. The government is not receiving the value of its money. I want to appeal to the government to make an evaluation. Skills acquisition will solve this poverty issue problem. Train people on skills. Train people on skills. Solar, electricians, plumbers, all these bricklayers will go a long way in providing means of livelihood to people. Some of these, you go to university and see their results. They are only, government is only wasting money. EDC, you see 150 before you reach C.
Wow.
At the end of the day, these BSc holders are still roaming about looking for job, begging people. So the difference between those with certificates and without certificates is just having the certificates. So let government pay attention to creating skill acquisition so that at the end of the day it will reduce the redundancy, which will invariably reduce the poverty rate.
Thank you very much on top this one. I believe say government people too they hear us as we dey talk. So and if una use this one, I believe say this one will change the shape of Sokoto and Nigeria as a whole. And on top this one, make you enter culture and challenges wey we dey face for service on top this one. We fit talk can say now. We know if you say our system dey alright. We know say our system is not alright. Is it the fault of the system or the fault of the leaders?
See, it's a collective responsibility. We have said it in the background. The leadership needs to be more committed. Part of the challenges we are having with our leaders is this primitive accumulation of wealth. People are afraid of going outside the government so that I will not suffer, or I need money to pay for school fees. From there, a lot of curious issues will happen. But the truth about it is that leadership, once you offered yourself to service, please don't look back. Don't look back. You have to do it diligently, so that history at the end of the day will be kind to you.
That's the point.
On the leaders, that is on the followers. The followers, on the other hand, should not rely on government totally in solving their needs. You should think of what you can do to make your life better every day. When you wake up in the morning, if you don't have school to attend, look for a skill that you want to go and learn. If you see small business that you can start with 5,000, please start it. There are people that have succeeded in business with less than 100,000.
Of course.
And today they are employing people. So it is a collective responsibility. Don't relax. Don't say everything has to come from the government. That one will also kill your hope and future.
Alright, Comrade, on the issue of this leadership of a thing, because for an average youth, what in their mind we say, once I enter politics, that you just go hit them.
That is the problem.
I don't hammer.
Chop money, go embezzle all those things. So what do you feel say we supposed to teach our younger generation about leadership so that mindset no go dey there?
Politics should be secondary. They should have their primary obligation. You see, if you are not in business, please look for a salary work. If you don't have salary work, go and learn a skill so that every day you can earn a kobo for yourself. That is your primary assignment. Then the politics will follow. And don't join politics to make money. It's a mistake. You are creating avenue for leaders to embezzle your resources. Join politics to make your society better. Join with mindset that I want so category of people lead me, so that they can provide this and that and make my country better and make my state better. Once you have a good enabling environment, business will thrive, social activities will improve, and life will be easy and better. So this mindset of joining politics to make money is making things worse, and it's also affecting the leaders. Distraction will be too much on them, that I have obligation on this and I have to service because I want to win election again. So I have to patronize people and I have to carry them along. So, but once the followers too, they have direction, what their desire is to develop the community, develop the local government or develop the state, I think we will not be having this collusion of to steal this, to steal that.
Thank you, Comrade. Before we come up for this one quickly, about some days back on social media, I get one question where somebody ignorant, I mean innocent or ignorant, you just ask am say, wetin you fit do for this like me ruin your life. Ajiyan be one of the lawmakers for southwestern state. He just say join politics, and he's a lawmaker.
You say wetin you fit do to ruin yourself.
To ruin yourself.
Yes.
The man can't reply. Hey, lawmaker Ajiyan be.
I know Ajiyan.
He said join politics.
I am following him on Facebook.
He said join politics.
The truth is that politics is a very difficult thing to do. It has no standard, and it has no basic requirement. All you need to do is to reach out to people, convince them, whether truly or falsely, and then make yourself at the top. That is in an ordinary way. And the challenge with politics is that party A can be party B, party B can be party C. People, you can make pronouncement today, it will favor you, and tomorrow it will go against you, and you will go against it. So the absence of principle, people in politics makes the system very chaos. There is no order. Let me use that word. There is no order, and the difficulty is that everybody in the system is depending on the leader. And you know, people with various ambitions.
Whether the leader is good or bad.
I want to be a commissioner. I want to be an SA. I want to be a local government chairman. I want to be a cashier. Everybody wants to get money from you. So if you ask a politician in a day, he receives not less than 200. If you are a governor, you can receive more than 1,000 calls. It's possible.
In a day. Even customer
So
care don't do that.
So how do you balance? How do you balance it? Is it to address the issues before you from ministries, from government agencies, or requests, or requests from contractors, or is it problems that are associated with essential services like fire service, like the hospitals, among others? So these are some of the key issues. All job.
A very difficult job. And
Yes.
like you don't mention, you don't say no specific principle day for politics, and this now why e even dey more complex and more tedious to handle. So my question now be say, how we fit take build culture of integrity for public service, since say they no get no specific structure wey be say
Everybody
bind
do it
them.
own.
This one they do it own, this other person they do it own. So how they fit take build this culture of
The
integrity?
shortcut to that is people taking ownership, deciding who truly will be our leader, not staying back. Especially those that are privileged to be educated, they should be at the forefront and not for personal accumulation of wealth. No, in trying to make the society better. So when you take ownership, in the midst of 5-10 people, one is always better. You make your assessment in the leadership recruitment process. You choose the best and give him the benefit of doubt and allow him to actually take decisions that affect the people, not affect you personally. So these are some of the things we should pay attention to.
Make I ask you, how religious leaders, community elders and co, how they fit take help on top this matter, where we say they will groom better behavior?
You see, religious and community leaders should try as much as they can to promote values such as integrity, ethical conducts among people. You see, the absence of integrity has continued to damage the system. Everybody is seeing public funds, public trust as an opportunity to enrich himself. So these are the kinds of values our political and religious leaders should keep preaching to the young ones, that there is a day of accountability, even hereafter. So don't assume whatever you take that is not your own, and you will scot-free at the end of the day. So these are some of the contributions they should make.
Okay. Thank you very much for this wonderful insight.
As Gada already talk, but before then, I want make him talk about the reform or mindset shift where we need to ensure say we get leadership where we deserve. Because you be asked concerning our religious and traditional community leaders, how they fit take shape better political value. But I want to make him also educate us on what reform or mindset shift we need to ensure say Nigerians get leadership where they deserve?
Honestly, Nigeria need an institutional reform.
Mm.
Institutions like the judiciary, like the police, like the defense, that is the military. We really need including the electoral reforms too. Like my friend here analyzed that some people have that feeling their votes should not count. Like the judiciary, anybody found wanting, the judges should adequately apply the law without tampering with the provision of the law. I think with such fear and with the reward for with the punishment for breaking the law, people will act well and behave well. So we need a lot of institutional strengthening, the INEC itself, and then the police while enforcing the law, and also the judiciary, and even in the executive arm, people that also approve contracts should strictly adhere to the provision of the law. So once those institutions become strong, I think individuals will not be found wanting or misbehaving, and at the end of the day will also scot-free. So when our institution becomes strong, I think people in charge will also responsibly behave. So these are some of the things. Nigeria needs strong institutions, especially in applying the law. There is that feeling on my parts that there are people that are greater than the rule of law, while in other parts of the world, nobody is above the law. It's the law that is supreme. So these are some of the issues that are creating problem for us. Even ordinary traffic law in Nigeria we don't respect, because we don't.
Not to talk of the rule of law
Yes,
itself.
because there are no consequences much. So the laws are there, but there is no applicability. People are not applying it the way it should be.
Comrade, going back to what you just said now, you felt that people, get people who say they big past the law. You talk about all these reforms, INEC, judiciary. Don't you think that the interference of government into electing the leaders of these institutions is what is really causing some of the problems? Because for instance, now INEC, now the president, they always appoint the chairman, and there is a saying that say whoever blows the piper dictates the tune.
No,
so you know things
in the appointment of INEC chairman, honestly, I think the law make it strong enough for INEC chairman to stand on his own. You first need to meet the Council of State. They have to agree that yes, this is a reportable somebody and we are not doubting his integrity. And the Council of State is made of previous presidents, former president. Then you now send the person's name to the Senate. The Senate have to screen him. And the Senate is the highest lawmaking body in the country. Once they are satisfied that you are big enough to be the INEC chairman, you should not go to that office and play the tune of somebody. You're supposed to pursue that job with fear of God. If you can't handle it, when you are nominated, please reject it. So these are some of the things. Yes, we need also the societal orientation. There are people with a lot of privileges, but they are abusing it. So these are some of the issues, honestly. Nigerians, we should not continue to remain Nigerians and be happy about it. We should also be seen as people that are committed, people that are responsible, and people that are very with high ethical standard. So I'm appealing to everybody that sees opportunity to contribute his best. So that is the only way to make this country better. It is not a one man's responsibility. While we see the problem on the leaders, we should also look inward also on our part. We all have a collective responsibility to help in moving this forward.
You know, what I'm trying to say in essence is, what mechanism is it? Okay, for example, let's call them whistleblower now. What mechanism do we put in place to see that whistleblowers are protected?
You see,
Because in most
President
cases,
Buhari introduced the whistleblower.
sorry,
but it was
make you
not
answer
effective.
this call. Make
Okay.
you know.
Yes,
Hello, the caller.
good evening, the body voice of the Galaxy.
Good evening this evening. Your name and where you call us from?
Yes, this is Bosco from Alkila.
Malon Bosco, what will be your contribution? We don't get plenty time again.
We don't get plenty time, but I heard when I get so the people are talking about something that has to do with reforms in every aspect. So I want to say, please, what do we do to have these reforms, on the traditional institutional side? Because these people have lost their integrity, their reputation, respect generally, because they are afraid of politicians.
Thank you. Thank you, Bosco. Can you respond to
Yes,
that?
Bosco have raised a very serious issue. It starts from the election cycle. There is after 4 years there is election cycle. Once you don't have confidence in somebody, don't sell your vote.
Thank you.
Don't sell your vote. Yes, choose the person that is better, and please conduct a town hall meeting. Agree with him. Put an agreement. Yes, that we are electing you because this one have failed, and this is our problem. This is our needs. This is what we want you to do. Then reach some agreement. At the end of the day, make assessment when he comes back.
Thank you very much for this your answer where you don't answer. Finally, as we don't get plenty time on God, within 30 seconds, just tell us advice to leaders and Nigerians people where they suffer.
Okay.
Our leaders and Nigerian people where they suffer, just some advice.
No matter the exigency on the table of our leaders, please, they should pay the issue of electricity. They should give it more attention than any other thing. Honestly, in the absence of electricity, I repeat, I have said it once here on this radio station, that there is no way we'll achieve meaningful development. Everything is centered around energy, and electricity is the backbone. So once you have a constant supply of electricity, cost of business will decline, cost of production will decline, and entrepreneurship spirit of Nigerians will be high. Many people will start producing shoes, among other things. So I'm appealing to government to pay attention to issue of power. Electricity is key to solving our challenges. And then secondly, this issue of insecurity. Honestly, the Nigerian army, in collaboration with the National Security Advisor, should go back to the drawing board.
Thank you.
The excuses are just too much to handle for Nigerians. We are looking up to them, and we believe they have the capacity and the capability to do it. Yes, we are waiting for them.
Thank you very much, Mala Aminu. On top this your wonderful one where you don't give us today on top as they go. Now him I don't hear so. Leadership now something we be say if you build nation and if you scatter country, if we no get good leadership. On top this one, anything we be say we deserve, if we know they get them as citizen for our own Obodo Nigeria, now our right, make we ask for them. Now what they try to tell us be that. Thank you very much, Comrade, once again for coming on top of the program.
Thank you for the opportunity.
On top as they go, democracy no be only vote o. Now wetin we dey do every day na be democracy.
Yes.
Now here na we dey for Garkuwa 95.5 FM. Now your voice, now your country. Now you go make am better, make you ask the right question on top as they go. On behalf of our duty continuity announcer, Ajiyan Mariam Abdullahi, and our able producer, Malam Sharif Usman Babang Umar. From here, my country people.
Yes, so my name is Jerry, your radio party. Till we meet again next week, same station. I'm gonna leave on for this time.
My wonderful country people, make una stay happy, make una keep up with the good work una they do. As our God don't tell us, this issue of leadership starts from you, sir, from your own little angle. The one way where you fit take do and say make you live correctly. Stay connected with us as we go meet again, same time, same station.
Na him una don hear so. From here, my humble self, Abdullahi Mutiu, aka Emir presenter, CSP arrangement. I tell you na say Jango.